Okay, we back, man. Friday Night Lights is over, man. Coventry had, you asked me, it was a must-win game against Moses Brown. We got Coach Goodheart in here, so we're gonna see how that game went. Before I let you know that Westerly won big, I think it was like 55-7 over West Warwick. And it looks like Tolman pulled a big upset, winning 36-20, and I think that might screw things up over on the Division 2 B side. Could Tolman actually hop or figure a way to get into the playoffs? But Coach Goodhart, how are we doing today?
Doing great. Had a good win tonight, so that makes the night a lot better than it was the last couple weeks.
Yes, yeah, definitely, man. Good game you had today. Must win situation for you guys. Tough loss last week. Did you guys bounce back and handle business?
I like to think so. The final score I think was like 42-6. Um, to be honest, we do run that double wing from time to time and watch some film from last week's game with Moses Brown and Mount Hope, and Mount Hope went into like a double wing series, and they were getting 15-yard chunks, and that was kind of the game plan for the night. Let's see if they can stop it because it didn't look like they could on film, and well, they didn't. We got some big strong kids back there in the backfield, so it makes things a little bit tough. And we just had a lot of success running the football tonight.
Yeah, I got a lot of feedback on your interview last week, and a lot of people were really praising you for you giving classical all that credit, and from the feedback I got that coaches take an L like you took, and you was very humble about giving Coach McCall his credit.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I think you got to give credit where credit's due. So if you win, be happy about it. If you lose, don't pout about it, and just move on. But he's a great coach. He's got great talent over there. There's nobody that can deny that. His system's great, and tonight we're fortunate to bounce back from a devastating loss. Hopefully, coming up here we can rebound if we have to play them again, and we can recover and get a W.
Yeah, definitely. They're a very good team. Another score I got. Let's see, LaSalle 47 over North Kingstown 14. I was interested in this game, Coach, because this was really LaSalle's first competition this season. LaSalle really has not played anybody. We know St. Ray's Classical tomorrow game. That is going to be a hell of a game. Will you be scouting them teams tomorrow?
Absolutely, I think of all the games, like you just said, the LaSalle NK game. That one, obviously, that's a game to watch. But I think nothing against NK. I think this year they're just down. They're not the same team they've been the last 3 years. And LaSalle and Henrican, LaSalle and Henrican, they're still those same teams. And when you're NK or the Cranston West from a couple years back when they had the Cam Alves kid in that group, and your Portsmouth, you guys, those are the teams that are on the outside looking in, hoping that they can get a W on those teams. I don't remember who it was, but they was telling me something like no private public schools beating those teams in like 15 years or something like that. So can't really assume that somebody's going to win those games. But tomorrow's game with Classical and St. Ray's, that one's going to be exciting to watch. See how potent either team can be, or if Classical can run away with it. If St. Ray's is just going to pound the ball, and see if they'll take their quarterback Pena Gray, I think his name is, and
Yeah, Andre DeFina Gray.
see if he's just going to stay over the top of Marquise Buchanan. I mean, both teams have stud athletes, so that's going to be exciting to watch.
Well, you look at the St. Ray's, what I noticed about their quarterback, he makes all his money with his feet. He seems to really get it done with his feet rather than throwing the ball. But they could switch that up. Coach Piva talked about today that they played Narragansett, and they said once we threw the playbook out the window and I just let the boys go out there and play football. He says sometimes you have to do that, and he said it was actually a very competitive game. They held Narragansett to 41 points, which is pretty good since they've been putting 55 points up on. But sometimes, Coach, you ever have a game like that where you just like take this playbook and go throw it somewhere?
Be honest with you, one time, not saying anything bad about this particular team, but we played. I won't even say the team, but we played in a game in the spring, and from opening kickoff, we kicked an onside kick and got it. First play of the game, touchdown. We went two plays and they fumbled, and then we get the ball. One play, we score. Is like everything we did, it just didn't matter. It was gonna be successful, and it's almost, well, when you had a kid like Will Turner too, that kind of helps. So you
They
just say
could do them things.
giving Will like 10 plays, and he just knew that one of those 10 plays was going to work no matter what. Call whichever one you want. For Will, like just not to go off topic, but I would there'd be certain things we would do, and like to give him like a senior gift, I'd let him call like a whole series. Don't even come to me, just pick a play button, just have it. That was like my senior gift to him. So
Well,
you
to
know,
have a quarterback that can do that, like Cole Vowles, I talked a couple weeks ago, and I learned that he does a lot of the no huddle stuff, and they do that. And Coach Pivus said today, we're playing a team like Narragansett, we're getting ready for the playoffs. Nothing was working in the playbook, so I put my faith in my senior captains. I put my faith in my quarterback, and I said, go do what you do.
it's like,
And he said it was a very competitive game.
yeah, when you're in like middle school or whatever, you just draw plays in the dirt, just having fun at recess, and
That's what he
sometimes,
said. Sandlot. He said it was
yeah,
like the Sandlot.
sometimes you just gotta let the boys play and just you throw the crap on the wall and see what sticks, and let's go for it.
Coach, big difference from last season. You guys came in last season and basically, put the hammer down, and a lot of people knew you guys were going to go right towards the Super Bowl and be there at the end. You had the talent last year. Not saying you don't have the talent this year, but you're in a much tougher division, and here you are. You had to scrap it out until the last week to get that spot.
You know, all the teams in Division Two, I have the utmost respect for, because every team, they're just so different. Everybody's got different talents and abilities, and then personalities and backgrounds, and then you got the coaches in this division. It's hard to plan for, because there's good coaches. There's good coaches on every team, and there's good talent on every team, and every week it gets tough. It doesn't matter who you're playing. You gotta plan for stud athletes. Doesn't matter if it's Rogers. They got stud athletes. Rogers,
Mm-hmm.
Lincoln. They got one of probably the best wing T coaches I've ever seen in my entire life. He's just super smart, intelligent, picks the right plays. Just a matter of having an up or down year and being able to execute. You got coaches like Stanley Dunbar. To me, I think Stanley's probably the best young offensive mind in the state of Rhode Island. That's just my personal opinion. You got talent. I mean, look, we talked about it earlier. West Warwick. I mean, they're young right now, but when you have that many juniors and those kids that we're all starting as freshmen, and then they had to start as sophomores, and they start as juniors, and next year they're all going to be seniors. That team's going to be good. Like you got a coach like Wes Pennington, who comes in there. You've had a lot of success at North Smithfield. He's going to have success at West Warwick. I mean, it doesn't matter what team it is. You got to have respect for everybody. You got to have respect for the talent. You got to have respect for the coaches, the communities. All these teams are diverse, and it's just Division Two is probably, to me, I think it's the most exciting. Division One, everybody knows who's going to be at the top of the mountain at the end of the year. Division Two, you don't know. You can't pick. Classical might beat St. Ray's tomorrow. Then what? What happens then? Then everything gets changed. So it's
And
like all kinds.
they get the number one seed.
There's so many things. There's just so much talent. There's so many good coaches. It's exciting. I think right now Division Two is the most exciting division. Division Three, I think you got to right away. Narragansett is just really, really good. We played them all summer in 7-on-7. They won the championship in 7-on-7. They're a good team. And then Pilgrim, they're a good team. I mean, I don't care who you are. Danny Hollowell's a big kid. They got the Burt kid, who is just a stud athlete. Doesn't matter if he's playing D back or he's playing receiver. The quarterback's really good. I mean, you got all these teams all around the state, but Division Two, I think, has the most talented teams, and it's the most exciting to watch.
See, don't sleep on Coach Goodheart. He might be from out of town, but he keeps an eye on all the good players, it seems. He knew all them Pilgrim players, and he don't even play Pilgrim.
Yeah, no, I got. We were lucky. We played them all summer in 7-on-7. We played Central and Mount Pleasant and EWG and Narragansett. We played all these teams, but I watch a crap ton of film. If Huddle had like an overall log of time spent watching, I like to go through, and then kids that I every week they have the post on the Pro Joe, and they have like certain players of the week. I'll go on, see if they have any Huddle highlights. I go on, I'll look who has the most stats, and I'll try to see if they have a little huddle highlight on there. So I just like to see talent. I like to watch talent. I'm not on there just like scouting so much. I just appreciate good football talent. So
Huddle's awesome.
Yeah,
I actually like Huddle. It was tough once I got into Huddle. Once somebody got me access. It was pretty cool because Huddle is they just don't let anybody sign on to Huddle anymore. I had to be invited in by a school, but yeah, no, Huddle's awesome. Um,
it's like
you
Facebook
know,
today. You had to get the invite back in the
yeah,
beginning.
well, yeah. That's like what it is. It's like Clubhouse. I was like, damn, I gotta find a coach that's gonna give me the link, But I worked that out. Coach Goodheart, you guys got another tough week coming up. You're not really 100% sure who you play yet, or do you know who you're gonna play for the playoffs?
No, tomorrow's game with
Yeah, the game's tomorrow, right?
that's going to determine who we end up playing for next week. So
Yeah, I think so. I think Wesley they're gonna end up playing Barrington. Because I don't see any way Barrington ends up going down. But we will see. But I think that's bad news for Barrington. Wesley's just a very good football program right now, and like you said, you worked with Coach Dunbar. He's a good schemer. He's good at scheming offensive, like he really is, and he makes some great halftime adjustments. And one of his skills, I think, his best skill is putting a staff together.
yeah, no, he's like I say it all the time. I'll tell anybody. I think Stanley Dunbar is the best young football offensive mind in the state, and I'll give him all the credit he deserves because one, I love Stan, it's my boy, but that's the truth. I was with him for 2 years, and I got to see what he was putting together, and I truly believe he's the best young offensive mind in the state. So
All right, Coach Goodhart, long night. I'm sure you had a long week after that Glasgow game. Congratulations, Coventry Okies. Coach, we'll talk to you soon. Good luck, and go get them. Now it's all win or go home.
absolutely. Hey, Mikey, thanks again. Thank you for all you do for the coaches and the football in the state. Everybody appreciates it. I can assure you that.
Thank you, Coach Goodhart, man. Thank you, Coventry Okies, man. You guys rock, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, take it easy, Mikey. Thank you.
Coach Gary Goodhart, doing good things at Coventry. Say what you want about Gary Goodhart, but you know what? His heart is into it. He loves them kids. He loves the program. You know what I mean? I think he's doing good things up there in Coventry. Chuck Jones definitely made the right decision by, keeping Coach Goodhart around, and his staff. He has good kids. He's got diehard fans. What can you say about that program? I think Coach Goodhart was definitely a great man for that job, man. Right now, Tolman is up 38-26. We'll be right back. We're going to see if we get West Pennington, Stanley Dunbar, and Emerson Kilgore up in here.